piles of gold. So Jesus, he said to that man he called over, he said, look, one of these piles of gold is mine. This second pile of gold is yours. But the third pile of gold is for the one who ate the third loaf of bread. And the man said, I ate the third loaf of bread. It was me. So Jesus told him, all three of these piles of gold are yours, but you cannot travel with me anymore. The man is sitting there alone at the edge of a desert with all of this gold, calculating in his mind how he's going to spend it, where he's going to go first, what he's going to do, how he's going to make istighfar eventually. Allah, forgive me for what I did wrong, but now I have the money and the time to spend it and be better. When three bandits came across this man sitting alone by himself in the middle of nowhere with piles of money. So they killed him. And they began speaking amongst themselves. You know what? We don't have to keep up this lifestyle anymore. Very simple. We'll divide this up and let's go our separate ways. But before we go, let's make sure we break bread one more time together. So how about one of us, we go into town, we get some food, we sit, we drink, we are merry, and then from there we will go our separate way. The man who went into town, he said, I'll go. He had a plot in his mind. What I'll do is I'll poison the food. When I come back, they will eat it, and all of the gold will be mine. So he bought the food, he poisoned it, he headed back into town. But while he was plotting, they were plotting too. They said, you know what? When he comes back, let's just kill him. And we'll divvy up the last pile of gold amongst ourselves. So he comes back with the food. They all sit. The two, they eat it. But not before those two jumped on him and killed him. Isa ibn Maryam came back around with his disciples. Jesus Christ came back, and what did they see? They saw the man that they left. They saw three other dead men, and they saw the same 3 piles of gold in the exact same place that Jesus left it. He turned to his disciples and he told them, that is the life of this world, and this is the fate of anyone who pursues it. What does this have to do with you and me? What does this have to do with the VRIC community? Insha'Allah ta'ala, we will discuss this in the second part of our khutbah. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم واستغفروا إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ba'd. My noble brothers and sisters in Islam, many of us in our own ways are dealing with and navigating our own loaf of bread. The things in our life that we hide, that we keep hidden, that Allah knows but we don't share with anyone else. Many of us are navigating our own loaf of bread, where our hunger for our desires, our hunger for our own wealth, our own education has deluded us to the point where we've forgotten who provides for us in the first place. What is the purpose of what it is we're doing in the first place? Allah has shown each and every single one of you, whether you are young or old, the consequences of pursuing something that may fill your stomach, that may fill your mind, but will never truly fill your heart. We live in an age of distractions, where anything that we do that takes us away from Allah can be met and validated with any excuse. And if it isn't something by way of entertainment, if it isn't something by way of Allah's displeasure, if it isn't something by way of delusions of our own ability, then sometimes those deceptions come in the form of our families. how a husband will treat his wife, how a wife will treat her husband, how parents treat their children, how children respond to their parents. Time and time again, we go through these vicious cycles and we find ourselves right back where we started. And we wonder, when is going to be the time of change? When will I finally acknowledge that there is more to it than this proverbial loaf of bread that I lied to myself about, that I harass others in my life for? The lack of justice that we don't only show in respect and honor to Allah, who gave us this beautiful religion of Islam, but the lack of respect and honor that we show towards those whom Allah had put in our lives. This story about Jesus Christ is one that maybe a few of you have heard before, maybe none of you have ever heard before. But there are powerful lessons, and the greatest one is what he, alayhi salam, told his disciples. This is the life of this world, and this is the result, this is the fate of whoever pursues it. Brothers and sisters, I challenge you to use this Jumu'ah, use this Blessed Friday, use this Khutba, use the reminder as a launching pad to prepare yourself to accept the reality of the world that you live in. It is rapidly fading. This does not mean be hyperbolic and extreme. Disregard the things that you need to survive. No. This does not mean be rude to others under the pretense of spirituality. Absolutely not. Rather, brothers and sisters, it is for us to contextualize and to be honest with ourselves. No relationship with your loved one, no amount of things in this dunya that makes you happy, no proverbial loaf of bread is worth your akhirah. Look at your life and look at the things in it. What are you sacrificing to the detriment of your relationship with Allah? Who are you treating poorly and seeing that manifest in your relationship with Allah? What responsibilities have you left behind? And now you see that in your relationship with Allah. Brothers and sisters, take care of your akhirah. Take care of the hereafter. Take care of your afterlife, knowing that you will be dead way longer than you will be alive. Look forward. Open your eyes. And know that if you prioritize your relationship with Allah, everything else will be taken care of. But if you live moment to moment, loaf of bread to loaf of bread, this is the fate of the dunya, and this is the result of those who pursue it. Allahumma kfir li muslimina wal muslimat wal mu'minina wal mu'minat. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, any difficulties that you're going through, may He remove it 100%. I ask Allah to give you all of your heart's desires as a means of raising you amongst the shakireen, those who are grateful to Him. Allahumma ameen. All of the relationships in your life that are broken, may Allah mend them and bring them together. All of your hopes for this life and in the next, may Allah facilitate everything to achieve it. Brothers and sisters, be strong. It is very, very hard, but you are not alone. Turn to one another and remind each other about the loaf of bread. Wa aqimis salah.